Hello, hello, hello. Oh boy. Long day. Long day. Very long day. Very long day. Mm. Oh. Hello, everybody. Been a long day. Long day. Who we got in here? Who we got in here? Let's see. What's up, Emily? How are you? What's up, Emily? How are you? What's up, Walt Money? Hold on, y'all.
Which one?
Wait, no. Trying to clean the camera off really good. Y'all. Trying to clean the camera off really good. What's going on, everybody? It's been such a long day. I'm doing good, Emily. How are you? How you feeling? What's up, Marie Boca? Thank you for coming in, guys. I'm trying to keep up with this series, you know. I said I was going to either do a video or a live. I'm very tired. When I say I'm very tired, I'm very tired. I've been nonstop. So I'm finally just sitting down. After I just took my medicine, I was in a lot of pain, but I'm keeping my promise. I'm keeping my promise. And it ain't easy. It ain't easy being committed to doing something you say you're going to do. But we going to go for it. What's up, Den? To all my moderators, just help me out tonight. Drop the links. You know, let everybody know about Nista's memberships. I'm still working on a work phone too, y'all. I'm really tired. Like today I was sitting at work and I was like, I had posted a picture of myself on my Instagram page and I was just like, I didn't even take my mascara off yet. Look, my eyes is dark. None of that. I'm tired. But I'm rocking and I'm rolling. What's up, Sophia? Come on in the room. That's right. Come on in. That's right. I said before I go to bed, I'm getting on here. But I am so glad tomorrow is Friday, y'all. I am so glad. Oh, this week it's been a beautiful week. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a beautiful week. I have learned a lot about myself, learned about a lot about my relationship with God. I'm learning about a lot about people I work with. I'm learning a lot about myself. Yeah, I've learned a lot. And it's been a lot going on. Like if I was to like go over everything, it probably would blow you guys' minds, everything that I've had to do. But just know I've been playing at least 3 to 4 roles at work. And being present at work as well. Coming home, being what I need to be at home, being what I need to be for myself. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But anyway, we're going to get right into this, y'all. Thank you, Den. Just put in there what it is that the link is for. I appreciate you, moderators. I really do, because I couldn't do it without you. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. So today, y'all, is Think Before You Speak Thursday. I'm speaking to everybody, and I'm speaking to myself as well. I have learned, especially this week. Let me tell you something. You learn the best, and you learn and you comprehend the most when you open your eyes. You see what I'm saying? When you open your eyes. Hey, Adriana. When you open your eyes and accept that you have things that you need to work on in your life. You don't grow until you realize, I got things I need to get better with. I got things I need to work on. I have things that are not right that are going on in my life. I'm doing things that I shouldn't be doing. I'm saying things that I shouldn't be saying. When I was able to actually say that out loud without care or concern, I've realized that you have to think before you speak. Now, when I say think before you speak, it's not that it was a bad thing that I was verbalizing it, but I had finally decided to verbalize my truth instead of verbalizing what I thought people would want to hear. When you decide to really think before you speak, you think about, number one, is what you're saying really what you're feeling? How will the person that's receiving what I'm saying feels? And how will the words that are coming out of my mouth affect my life? That's where I'm at in my life. At one time, I would just go and I would spew whatever and say whatever. But then God really started to work on me. And he made me aware that my words were powerful and that I had a level of influence that some people did not have. And when I say a person that has a level of influence really needs to be mindful of what they say out of their mouths, and they need to think before they speak. It is the truth. I watched myself today and I said to myself, okay, today you could have said this, this, and this better. I was under a lot of, I had a heavy load on me this week. So when I was out taking care of business and I was supervising people, at certain times I would be very short when I gave them direction. It wasn't that was my intent at my heart, in my heart, but I was trying to get something done. And I did not think about what I was going to say or how I was going to say it to the person. I just know that I needed something to get done and I needed them to hurry up and get it done right now. So when I said it to this person, I said, I need you to bring this over right now. And they looked at me and they were like, okay, I'm coming, And when I saw their reaction, I said, oh, you should have thought about that before you said it. Because it came off abrasive. It came off harsh. It came off as an order. And I don't want to give that type of perception off. I don't want people to feel like they're being ordered around. I think that as a leader, you have to be mindful of the influence and the power that you have and make sure that you don't misuse it. And the way you make sure of that is by thinking before you speak. It may be a lot going on. And a lot of people will use this excuse, oh, I got so much going on. Oh, I didn't mean it. Oh, da, 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 da. But how many times can you say things out your mouth and take it back and blame it on, I got a lot going on? I'm going to repeat that again. How many times can you say things that may be offensive to people or hurtful to people and say and apologize and backtrack and say, I'm so sorry, I got a lot going on? At one point in your life, you have to sit back, put yourself in the corner and say, I need to work on this because it's happening too many times. I need to retrain myself on how I process things, not have the same knee-jerk reaction, meaning responding off of emotion because someone may not be moving as fast as you want them to move or doing what you need them to do as fast as you need them to do it. You have to really think before you speak, because the words that come out of your mouth, especially depending on the position that you're in life and the position you play in the person's life you're speaking to, that's a big thing too. You have to be mindful because it can end up being your kids. And if you're just haphazardly just speaking to them any old kind of way, you're imprinting on your children either toxicity, You're teaching them how to use profanity. You're teaching them how to disrespect people, how to be rude, how to be obnoxious. You're teaching them things because they're getting it firsthand from you. Your employees, if you are a manager or a supervisor, if you are speaking to them in a condescending way, or you're just speaking to them in a demeaning way, and you're not thinking about your words or how your delivery, you're coming off in a way that they're not going to be receptive. And one thing you want to do is to be effective in your communication style. And the only way to be effective in your communication style is to think before you speak. I am working on that and working on that and working on that. And it is not easy. It is not easy because for me, I am a get it done person. So when it's time to get something done, I'm locked in. You go over here, you go over there, you do this, you do that. It's nothing personal, but I'm locked in. But I can hurt somebody with my words too. I could hurt a person. I could break you down to the smallest molecule. And I need to be mindful of that. Also, you have to think before you speak, because you may let a person into your life too close for comfort. You may divulge too much information to them. You may get so comfortable in talking that you slip up and talk about things that you should not be talking about with that person or in that place where you are. So you really have to think before you speak. You got to think about who you're talking to. You got to think about what you're talking about to them. And then you have to think about what position do they play. Because everybody does not deserve the same level of conversation. Conversating with you should be considered an intimate act. A lot of people hear intimacy and they automatically think about sex. I need you to understand that anything that is sacred and that has an impact on your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being is intimate. So when people have conversations with you and you allow them in here and exchange words of meaning, you are sharing an intimate act with them. So you have to think before you speak, because you will end up in an intimate act of conversation with somebody that's not worthy of your intimacy. We have to learn how to value ourselves at a higher level. When you realize that even being in your presence and exposing yourself to somebody is even an intimate act. Letting someone into your personal space, that's a form of an intimate act. You have to realize that your time, your space, your intellect, your thoughts, they are all precious and they are priceless and they all belong to you. And you need to think about who you're allowing in. Because just because they're smiling and they're exchanging pleasantries with you doesn't mean you divulge everything over to them as if they're a safe place. As if they have your back and it's okay to let them know how you feel about X, Y, and Z. I had the hardest time in the role that I am and realizing that I really am on the outside looking in. I'm not used to being out here and they're over here. So when I'm working, I feel like we're all together and we're all this, but we're not. And I know a lot of people say, no, you can't think that way. It's the truth. At the end of the day, I'm management. They're the employees and they have a union. It is so hard. It was so hard for me. It's just starting to settle in that I'm not one of the girls. I'm not one of the, you know what I mean? I'm looked at as administration. I have to think before I speak. I am the head of this household. I'm not married. I'm the head of this household. I have to think before I act. I am my children's parent. I have to think before I interact with them. You see what I'm saying? It's, you almost feel isolated in a way. And I started to feel like I wasn't being myself. I started to feel boxed in. And one thing about Nista doesn't like being boxed in. I never liked being boxed in. That was just always my thing. I'm free. I'm freeing me. I'm freeing me. And I am freeing me, but I do understand that there's boundaries. But I will not live a lie inside boundaries. That's the thing. Some people think they got to act one way and be one way and get online and make everything look prim and proper and be prissy and cute. And, you know, when they get off the camera, they raising all hell. No, I want my life to be consistent. So when you see me here and you see me out there, I am still the same person. And one thing about Nista, when people would see me, same exact person, everybody that's met me, same exact person. They've seen my growth, they've seen my fall, and then they've seen me grow and get back up again. But I'm at the point in my life now, I have boundaries. And I understand that being in my presence and having conversations with me where I may share some things with you that are really personal is an intimate act that everybody doesn't deserve. So I can't be too comfortable anymore. Freedom and comfortability is two different things. Some people will say, I'm free. I'm going to say what I want, do what I want. Da, 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 da. And that was me too. But freedom and being comfortable is two different things. You do not want to get comfortable in a place where you are not valued and wanted. Because you will start talking too much. And those places where those people reside will plot, scheme, and do everything against you and use your words for your demise. You have to choose wisdom. And one thing I've always prayed for, even when I was little, I didn't even know what it was. I prayed for wisdom. And I know God has given me the wisdom because these ideas and these things that I speak to you about have always been here. It was just up to me to decide. Today will be the day that I will operate in the wisdom that God gave me. So I have to think before I speak. And when I misstep, because we're all going to misstep. We're all going to misstep. But when you do misstep, you got to realize, okay, let me get myself back in line. Let me get myself back in line. Let me get myself back on track. Let me get myself back in position to win. I can't afford not to play my position of winning. I can't. I don't have the time. I don't have the time to waste with foolish activities. I don't have the time to waste with foolish people. I don't have time for all the lottie-dottie and we like to party, fun and games. Okay? I just can't do it. Like even now, I don't even get drunk anymore. People are like, yeah, we're going to have drinks. I don't even desire to be in that type of headspace. Because I need to be able to function. I need to be able to think. Because if you notice, if you get around people and you start drinking and everybody starts drinking, you start talking too much and you start saying stuff that you shouldn't be saying. You start doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing around people that you really don't even know. And you call it having a good time. But that good time might cost you time that you can't afford to lose. I had to start operating in a way that is productive for me mentally and spiritually. And I can't just talk about it, but I gotta be about it. I gotta be about it. I knew certain things had to be in order and I had to follow a certain call that God gave me in order to get where I am. And to be okay with the persecution. And know that if they come for you, God is already in front of you. You see what I'm saying? I'm free. but I'm wise. When I speak with freedom, but I think before I speak. I evaluate the room and the situation, and I know what I can say and who I can say it to and how I need to say it. But I also have decided not to live in a lie for no one else's pleasure. This is my life. This is who I am right now. And where I am going, nobody else can go with me. I have to take this journey alone. And it gets very lonely sometimes because the things I would like to talk about, God is like, shut up. It's not time. It's not the season. Shut up. And I'm like, but I need to get it out. I need somebody to talk to. And it's just not the time. It's not the season. So what happens is when you share things prematurely, or you talk to things about people, talk about things to people that are premature mindsets, they can't get it. They can't understand where you're coming from. They can't understand why you're doing what you're doing now. They want to keep on bringing up the past. They want to keep bringing up who you used to be and how you used to do stuff. And they just can't comprehend where you are right now in your life because they're stuck in 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Some people stuck in last week. Honestly, they can't understand what you're talking about because honestly, they're still doing the same thing they were doing years ago. They still doing it right now. There's no progression. You don't see any growth. You don't see any change. You don't see anything. Conversation has stayed the same. Bank account still where it is. Family just still toxic as it want to be. Every conversation is toxic and it's about somebody or something. Everything they get online about is about somebody or something, and they ain't got nothing else to offer. Everybody they around is doing the same stuff that they've been doing all along. Everybody's still depressed. Everybody's still stressed out. Everybody's still getting drunk together. Everybody's still hanging out at the same places. Nobody has any fruit. Nobody's bearing any fruit. Everybody is doing the same thing on the same accord, okay? And the sad thing about it is, a lot of them don't even realize they're the walking dead. Because when a person has decided to become a sheep and follow the herd, they have lost their whole identity. They have no individuality. They are able to be consumed by anything that the masses is being consumed by because they don't have a mind of their own. They can't decipher right from wrong. They have to go with whatever everybody else is doing. They have to move on everybody. Sunshine NYC. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Sunshine. I love you dearly. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you for being a blessing to me with the blessings that God has given you. I greatly appreciate you for it. I thank you for sowing that seed into me. I truly, truly do. Because you don't have to. But I'm trying my best. And it's not easy, y'all. It's not easy getting on here and having to deal with all the work I have to deal with. And I'm in a different season of my life. A lot of this stuff I'm not used to, y'all. I'm not. But I'm not a quitter. I'm not a quitter. And I am learning so much at the age that I'm about to be 45 years old. And I was talking to my son. I said, son, we ain't young. People need to stop talking about the young. You're not young. We're not young. We're not young. We don't have time to waste. And we don't have time to waste with the same jokers that's doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's time to elevate and step it up. Think before you speak. How about season your words? And when you do season them, make sure you season them with the truth. And the truth is God. God is the only one that can shine that light on you. Don't nobody else hold that light. God is the only one that can shine a light on you for you to be able to see and read and speak the truth. Because rather than that, you just going to be hanging around in the dark, walking in circles. And you know what happens too when you In the dark. Say it's a whole bunch of people in the dark, right? And they walking around. Everybody like this. Basically, it's like all y'all eyes is closed. You reaching out trying to find somebody to touch. And then you're going to follow them because you don't know where you're going. And do you know that person that they're following is reaching out to touch somebody else because they following them too? So everybody is following each other. Y'all all going in a circle, going around and around in a circle, trying to cling on to each other because none of you have individuality. None of you have direction. None of you have sought out your personal purpose. Every last one of you talking about the same things. Day after day after day. Y'all writing about the same stuff day after day after day. You got the same meetups day after day after day. Nothing's new. Nothing's new. Nothing's growing. It's the same thing over and over and over. It's monotonous. And you can't tell me you having fun. You can't tell me you having fun. You can't. You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to somebody that's been to hell and back. You can't lie to somebody that has heard God for herself. You can't lie to somebody that knows who the Son sets free is free indeed. Freed indeed. Free indeed. You can't lie to me and tell me that that's a good time. Because God has separated me from the masses. He's put me in a place where he said, I need you to think. I need you to think, daughter. Because I got something just for you. And it ain't for nobody else, baby. He said it's just for you. But I need you to fight. And I need you to hold on. And I need you to not give up. And I need you to seek the answers from me. He said, I need you to go into the secret place of the Most High. See, y'all don't want me to start talking about the secret place of the Most High. Okay? He will talk to you. God will tell you the secrets. It's secrets. Okay? Signs and wonders. Listen, Google it. Google everything I'm saying to you. Okay? Google everything I'm saying to you. You'll understand it. You'll understand it. If you don't, that's on you. But I'm at a place in my life where a common person with common comprehension and earthly ways won't understand the thing I'm saying. But my sisters and brothers will understand. People that have been through something and that are really trying to get to a different place in life, they'll get it. But if you're still in that stagnant slots Nista era, you ain't going to get where I'm coming from, baby. You're not going to understand. You're not going to understand. It's not going to make sense. You're going to probably think it's blasphemy. You'll probably be like, what the hell is she talking about? Oh, some bull crap. You're not going to get it because you're stuck in that era. And that's my past. You can get out of it. I allow you to get out of my past because that's exactly what it is. I am a totally, totally different person. You have to be aware of who my keeper is in order for you to understand why I've been kept. If you don't understand why I've been kept, if you don't understand why I've been protected, if you don't understand why I have rose to the occasion, if you don't understand why I have abundance and increase like I never had before, if you don't understand how I'm able to go on here and be transparent as I am, if you don't understand how I'm able to sit here without a care in the world, sick in my body but not in my head, knowing that God is the author and finisher of my faith. He is my doctor in the operating room. He's my lawyer in the courtroom. He's my nurse and when I'm in the sick bed. He's my mother when my mother's not around. He's my father because my father ain't never been around, okay? He's the closest friend that I've ever had in my entire life. He's never left me, nor has he ever forsaken me. He is my everything, and I owe him everything. I owe him this platform. Whether people want to hear about them or not, it all belongs to him. The help, I appreciate all the help anybody ever thought they were giving me. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. I appreciate whatever your intent was. I appreciate it. But let me tell you something. It ain't nothing like the love of God. His mercy and grace is sufficient. It is so overwhelming to think about. If I had only trusted in mankind, I would be dead and gone. But when I lifted up my hands and said, I'm tired of being depressed, oppressed, and stressed, confused, dismayed, disorderly, out of conduct, and out of pocket. When I said I was tired of looking for a good time, and it was only for a short time. After it was all said and done, cleaned up and went on back out in the field like with the rest of the sheep and the flock. When I decided that I want to be who God created me to be, that's when I started winning. That's when I started winning. And then that's when I realized I really got to think before I speak. Because what I may say will affect somebody in a way that God wouldn't be pleased with me. I have enough influence where somebody's feelings may be hurt, and I apologize if I ever hurt your feelings. I was hurting mine and didn't even know it. But now that I think before I speak, but I'm still within freedom. See, that's another thing people need to understand. Just because you think it before you speak doesn't mean that you're in bondage and you can't say nothing. No. It's just that timing is everything. It's a season for everything. And then you also need to understand that you do not have to be in the presence of people that you always have to have a bit in your mouth. You see what I'm saying? For real. You really don't. You don't have to walk around with a bit in your mouth. Those aren't your people. If you feel like you have to pretend to be a certain way to be accepted, those aren't your people. If you feel like certain things you can't say because of persecution or being looked down upon or being ostracized or cast away, those aren't your people. Ask God to send your people. And let me tell you something. He's not going to send a herd. So I hope you don't think when you ask God to send your people, he's going to send a whole slew of people. No. He said when one or two are together, that's all he needs. If we come together on the same accord, he'll pour down a blessing. As long as we all calling on him. One or two. It don't take a whole lot. It does not take a whole lot. It doesn't. But one thing you have to do today is think before you speak Thursday. I know sometimes I get on here and we just start talking and talking, but I'm telling y'all, God told me to start doing this. And I'm like, I don't feel good. I'm tired. I want to get to bed. Ugh. I have to do it because I'm commissioned to do it. I'm not doing it because I want to. I'm doing it because I have to. Yes, in my name. It has to be in his name. I'm doing it because I have to. It's a part of the assignment. It's a part of my assignment for my growth. And when God takes care of one, he takes care of a multitude. So sometimes people be thinking about it's just about them. No, God don't work that way. When he blesses one, he blesses a multitude. This is a part of my therapy. This is a part of my journey. This is a part of me evolving. This is a part of me going through the press and the prune and the change and the transformation. I'm doing it right here in front of you. I'm letting him do what he does best. Create in me a clean heart. Create in me a mind of humility. Create in me a place of peace that only he can create. Create in me the reflection of hope that you only can get from him. So when people see me, they say, wow, if he did it for her, he'll do it for me. Because it's not just for me. It's for all of us. It's for all of us. It's for all of us. I want us all to win. I really do. I want people that's hanging around in a dark place to get out the dark, baby. You were not born to be in no dark. You weren't. You were not born to be a gossiper. You were not born to be a backbiter. You were not born to be a teeth pourer. You were not born to burn bridges. You were not born to be hateful. You were not born to tear people down. You were not born to cause havoc. You were not born to set people up. You were not born to cause people to want to just lose their life. You were not born to be hellbound. You weren't born for that. Stop acting out of character. You weren't born for that. God didn't create you for that. Get out of them dark places. Get your feet out of that mess. You walking in a bunch of... Get out of there. You weren't born for that. You got other skills. You got skills. You got purpose. Nobody came here without skills or purpose. And your purpose is not to build up the kingdom of darkness. Stop taking joy and pride in killing other people's spirits. Because let me tell you, there is some place that we all must go when these earthly bodies die. And please don't think it's a joke. Because it's not. You could joke around up here, but when you lift up your eyes after you leave here, and you're not lifting them up to God, you're going to have a lot of problems on your hands. And I understand some people may think they God. Some people may think this is the be-all, end-all. Some people may not think that they have to answer for their sins. Or some people may think like, they're their own judge, But I'm sorry, baby. If that's the case, you would know when you're leaving here. You would have had control of your entrance into this world. You would probably be filthy rich by now. You would know every move and every step people would be taking and making. Sorry. You don't understand. You don't get it. There is a realm that we all must go to. You have to figure out what realm you'll be going to when you leave here. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. But I'm just praying that your mind changes while you're here. I really do. I pray that it changes while you're here. Because these bodies are dying every day. Every day. I sit and look at myself. I'm like, girl, you still holding on. No, you don't look too bad. You don't look too bad. You know what I mean? I say, you don't look too bad, girl. You hanging in there. Skin still tight, a little jiggly, but you still, you hanging in there. You don't got all the teeth you used to. You got a little space right here. And, you lost this tooth up here. Everybody in their 40s and lost that side tooth. But thank God that my cheeks is fat, so you don't see it when I smile. You know what I mean? But everybody I know, back in the day, our parents used to take us to the free clinic to get our teeth just taken out. We ain't get root canals. I ain't come from that background. You know what I mean? It was like the tooth was messed up. You got an abscess. You just snatching the tooth out your head. So, I still got all the ones I was supposed to have. None of them got knocked out. None of them rotten. I was able to go and get all the silver taken out, get some white stuff put in there, the new feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, God has been good to me. I ain't get no braces yet, but my kids both had sets of braces. I paid out of pocket. I worked my butt off for them. You know what I mean? My teeth still crooked, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? At least I'm still able to eat, and I'm not eating puree and sucking food out of straw. You know what I'm saying? So, it's good. I'm happy. My teeth are white. I don't have no plaque. I'm good. They strong, too. They in there. You know what I mean? They in there like swimwear. You got to learn to be happy for what you have. You really do. You got to be thankful. And then you got to realize time is of the essence. And also take care of yourself. I think if we spend more time taking care of ourselves, we wouldn't have time for bull crap. That's another thing, too. That's a period. Okay? You spend more time taking care of yourself. You wouldn't have time to be causing problems and havoc because you probably would be at the dentist, getting a pap smear, getting a breast exam, at the doctor's, getting your prostate checked. You would be working on your skin. You'll be working on your hypertension, your diabetes, high cholesterol. You'll be trying to get your weight down. You'll be drinking more water. You'll be taking your vitamins. You'll be trying to find a diet or some type of something that will help you live a longer, better life. If you were doing all these things to enhance your life, you wouldn't have time for BS, honestly. For real, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have time for it. And you wouldn't have time to be drunk all the time either. Or high. You wouldn't, because you need your mind to be focused. You need to be sober and vigilant. You need to be sober and vigilant. It's okay to go out and have a good time every once in a blue, because I do it my dog myself, but I'm not doing it every day. I'm not doing it every day. And I'm not doing it to the point where I can't even count on my hands. Like, I'm not doing that either. That feels horrible. Who wants to be that inebriated? I don't want to be that drunk that I wake up and I don't know what day it is and I got cramps in my stomach and I'm throwing up bowel because there's no food left on my stomach and I got a headache from here to Taiwan. I don't want to be that drunk. I don't want to be so dehydrated that I can't even see. My vision is blurry. My mouth is like cotton. That's not fun. That's not good. You got liquor smell coming out of your pores. You smell like cigarettes and you don't even smoke, but you were around people that were drinking and smoking. Like, that's not okay. That's not a good time. I'm sorry, it's not. I know you may have trained yourself and conditioned yourself to make yourself think that was a good time, but I'm telling you, it was a lie. It was a lie that you actually, we all fell for it before. We thought you turned 21, now you could drink, and then we went through this whole phase, and then some people just got hooked on the alcohol because life was too much and it was too much stuff going on, and then they just thought that's what a good time consists of because they got a relief from life in that moment. But let me tell you something, it's a lie. It's smoke and mirrors. I'm telling you, it's like David Copperfield. It's just a magic trick. It's a magic trick that has the worst hangover. For real. The worst hangover. You know that magic trick where they cut the lady in half, but she's really not cut in half. It just looked like she got cut in half. You're not that lady. You're actually really cutting your life in half. You really are. It's time to just deal with reality, y'all. It's time to deal with reality. And your reality, not everybody else's reality. Stay out of other people's reality. Because that's another thing, too. We'll be in everybody else's reality. And then you will allow somebody else to make their imagination your reality. Nah, no thank you. I'll pass. So listen. Think before you speak Thursdays. We done went all around the mulberry bush and back, but y'all get the point. You understand. There's a lot of things that are encompassed in think before you speak. You got to have certain things in order in your life. You got to be around certain types of people. You got to start to enjoy different things in order to get where it is that you need to be in order to think before you speak. Because another thing is, an unstable mind can't do nothing stable. I'm going to say it again. An unstable mind can't do nothing that's stable. Love y'all. Bye. I'm going to bed. I'm exhausted. Love y'all though. Thank you so much for the super chat for the new memberships, Sunshine NYC. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.